Happy 4th of July to those of you in the U.S. It's our Independence Day here. And I guess it had me start thinking about what independence and freedom, what kind of internal freedom do we want, do each of us want, and how do we have that? Like there are things inside, patterns that we want to release, and that there are things we want to add to us. So it occurred to me that what if we did a movement exercise? What if there was a simple way, and I think of this, if we're gathering up, if you think about the things, the parts, the triggers, the responses inside you that you'd like to release and let go of. Imagine, we've done this before, but imagine taking that internal stress or that internal trigger and imagine it moving from inside your body outside. So imagine it starting to fill up your hands, like it's an energy ball here. So it's moving from inside. Maybe it's coming from lots of different places in the body and moving from inside out to start filling up your hands. And as this energy fills up your hands, see if you can just like shape it into like a ball between your hands, and feel, instead of feeling the energy inside, feel it outside, held between your hands. And then the movement piece would be about bringing it from inside and letting it float out into the outside with a gentle movement and a repeated movement, moving from inside outside, holding it, befriending it, making friends, and then just gently, it's like you're just saying, okay, you're free to go now. You're free to go. Taking it from inside and letting your body get used to that movement of freeing yourself up, releasing, letting go. From inside, maybe there's tension in your head, gathering it up wherever it is. You're free to go. Letting the movement happen organically as you listen to yourself. Maybe it's down in your belly. Maybe there's some tension somewhere. Gathering it up. Imagining it moving from inside out into your hands and then releasing it, gently letting it go. You're free to go. You're free to go. That's a movement that we do. It's like we're training the body and over again, using muscle memory, training the body to be different inside. So there's a couple pieces to it. One, moving from inside to outside. It's so important. Instead of having something located on the inside, moving it from inside, training our body, mind, and heart to experience it on the outside, and then gently letting it go. Gently letting it go. You're free to go. We begin to loosen the ties that we've had there from inside to outside. Now the question is how, if you want to bring something in, how, if you want to reach for maybe some more compassion or goodness, how do you reach hold of that and draw it in? Bringing it into your body, into maybe a part of your body that feels lacking in that quality. What would kindness look like? What does kindness feel like? And bring it from outside, inside. We're playing with these two pieces here. Instead of it being located first on the inside and then moving it outside, we're seeing it, imagining it, knowing it on the outside, and then drawing it into us, into our body, mind, and heart, and then beginning to experience what does that feel like inside here. As it occupies space inside my body, inside my heart, what happens? Now, often what people will do is their fears come up. Their fears of it taking in this new quality, fear of being disappointed again, the fear of being things not working out. I guess that's another form of disappointment. You might have your own version of why there's hesitation of bringing it in. Often what happens is the old image, the old stories we have ourselves, the old representations are there, and this new one comes in, and there's a collision, right? They don't quite fit together. This new version might be more sustaining and nourishing, and the other one is something else, right? And not as might be old and bitter and unkind and critical. So when these two pieces, as we've done with the Anjali Mudra, come together, there's a little bit of a, we could call it a dialogue. Sometimes it feels more like a collision. Like you can literally feel energetically in your body when it feels like, okay, I can't take in anymore. And it's like stops here at the periphery. And that's okay. What we want to do at that point is just hang out with that space. And again, here's this new quality we're bringing in. And just letting that fluid motion begin to arrive. Not trespassing, not intruding, but just softening, gentling that energetic boundary, keeping something out or keeping something new from flowing in. So just bringing in. It's like slowly beginning to draw something in. Draw it in and around you. Bringing something over you, bathing yourself in this new energy, as close as you want it to, right? But always when there's parts objecting, we want to create a dialogue. We want just to know more. In the internal family systems model, we're looking at what is that part wanting us to know about. In the compassion focused therapy model, we're looking at how might that compassionate self interact with our internal states in a different way from a place of compassion. And remember that, as Paul Gilbert is always reminding us, compassion is very different than love, right? There are many different, maybe in the next Facebook Live, I'll talk about those differences. But compassion, we don't have to love somebody. We don't have to feel love for them in order to have compassion. That's the main difference. So as you think about what you are wanting to create some freedom from yourself about, you might want to think about, well, how can I release, take out, remove, release? I'm not sure what the right word would be for you. Is take something from the inside, gently let it go, gather up what you're wanting, and drawing it in and bringing it around you. In the yogic tradition, we often reach for the light, like with a candle, and literally bring that in over, bathing ourselves, bringing it into our heart. And the body is learning at a different pace than our mind. So the words do one thing, but if we train body memory for something else, there's times when we're caught in a loop, this simple movement will begin to happen. Releasing, receiving, releasing, and receiving. So thanks for your comments. Thank you, you guys. Sweet of you to be here. Nice to have you here. And thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. That's always great. I love that. And I will see you next Wednesday. So, but before I go, it's always, these things work for me, but it's more important if they work for you. So post a comment, let me know, was this helpful? Was it not? How would you refine it? What would make it work better for you so that I can keep tracking you and finding out. All right, my dears, may this be a day of freedom and release for you and a movement toward where you want to go in your life. See you next week.